It's showtime. You have got this. You are beautiful. You are a star. You are a princess.
Brian.
Go away!
Brian.
Caleb, I know how weird this may look. The tiara is a part of me. It happened in my childhood. I know it's weird, but I believe that a child should sleep in their bed, not under it.
Yeah, I don't care. We have a show to do.
Now, or do I have a minute?
No, absolutely not. And whatever you do, do not...
Out of my way! It's time for my show that won't go too late. I'll get all dolled up and finally get a date. Nah. But howdy folks, my name, Brian, yes indeed. Here's a photo of me with Sir Paul McCartney. Let's just check out the set. Welcome everyone to our show. We're glad to have you that I know. We'll try and keep the noise real low, but in the end we'll go with the flow. Now I couldn't do this on my own, so my team ought to be shown, or I will lose my late night throne. So please throw me a freaking bone. Maddox, our director and producer. She's one of the best, and that's why I did choose her. Caleb Boy's in the music pit. He's got some wit, but man, he can be a real piece of... Never mind. So folks, it's finally time to do the show tonight. There's no time to whine, because it's time to go right now.
Live at the time of this recording from the glitz and glamour cosmopolitan metro of Malcolm, Nebraska, it's the Not Too Late Show with Brian Streeter. Tonight, Brian welcomes CBS affiliate 1011 Executive Director and Hot Ones alum, Brett Baker. Streeter on the Street interview guest, Patty Pansing Brooks. Music from the Double D Band. Running things from behind the scenes and directed by the talented Hannah Maddox. I'm your announcer, Felix Ecel, riding shotgun all night with your host. So now, give it up, stand up, and go bananas for Brian
Thank you, everyone! I want to thank you, especially for coming to this special taping of the Not Too Late Show. I'm your host, Brian Streeter. Let me hear some. The best part of that, Felix, is that they did that all for free. I did not have to pay them at all. Now, I'm very happy to be filming this show, but I'm also very excited to say that this taping of this show will be sent to many major network channels to try and get my own show. Not only that, it will be posted on YouTube, where it will be watched by millions, thousands, okay, more like hundreds of people. About half of that is going to be my grandma multiple times. Now, being able to do this demo show is a real honor for me. It really is. And in some way, I like to think that I've earned it, or at least I'll be able to use it as blackmail. Now, for those of you who do not recognize me from crying in the corner of your local Long John Silver's, I am actually the reason that James Corden is leaving his show on CBS. He's out of there. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah. Exactly all right. But I'm just saying, I have been the one who single-handedly took down Craig Ferguson, David Letterman, and now, again, James Corden, all by myself to try and slither in an avenue to get my own show. Don't laugh, it's true. And if you do want to know my secret, tough. Let's just say that I've had to do a lot of things that I'm not proud of, and with people who I'm not proud of either. I don't mean to look at you when I say that, Felix. I'm of course talking about birthday clowns That's a big one. Vice President Dick Cheney. And of course, Vice President Dick Cheney dressed as a birthday clown. But it's nothing. You know, I'm not going to get into that. At least not for free. But I actually grew up right here in Malcolm, Nebraska. I'm a small town boy. Small town just right, exactly. Woo, give it up for some Malcolm. Come on. Thank you, come on. So it's a small town right outside of Lincoln, and you know, the town, Felix, is so small.
How small
that,
is it?
Just wait, I'll get to the punchline. There are more people in the town right now, but there are even more people in this studio than there are in the town. That's how big this show is. So thank you again for all showing up. Thank you. Now, you know, my family's here. You know, my mom, my dad, my grandparents, and of course, my favorite, my step monkey, Tim, which he'll come out sometime. He's kind of shy. See, there he is. There's Tim. Right there. See, we've got a really high budget at this show. I'm just going to say that Tim, great guy, but at last Thanksgiving, he did take the term, put a sock in it a little too literally. Precisely. He's a major creep, should not be around children. But I do want to say this is great because we've been working on this show for roughly about 2 months, and I'm very proud to say that we've got a great show for you tonight. Our directors, our producers, and our writers, and our musicians right there, the Double B Band, have all worked together to help make this show as good as it can be. And I'm proud to say that this show it's practically flawless. You know, there's nothing wrong. But with it being our first show, we've also been trying to figure a lot of the basic stuff out, you know, how the camera should look, how the joke should sound. But most importantly, we've been trying to figure out timing. Now, I do have some exciting news, folks. I don't know if you knew this, but 2 days ago, August 5th, I turned 18 years old. I know, I am surprised too. But really, thank you all for showing up to my birthday party. You're the first ones who have ever done it before, and I'm so happy to have you all here. I am a moron. Anyways, we've got a great show for you tonight. Brett Baker is here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And stick around, we've got a Streeter on the Street interview with House of Representatives candidate Patty Pansing-Brooks. But stick around, we've got a lot more show left and not a lot of time. We'll see you soon. Hi folks, we've got some very exciting times here today. My next guest, you know her for her love of country, for her love of the color purple. I know her for saying, for the love of Pete. I really have to interview that guy. Please welcome to the Not Too Late Show, Patty Pansing-Brooks. Patty, thank you for sitting down with us today.
Thank you, Brian. So happy to be here.
Well, I'm happy to have you. This has been very exciting. We've been on the road for quite some time.
Yeah.
So for those of our friends who don't know, why would you
Do you
want to
have
sit
friends
there?
that don't know?
I don't have friends at all, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But thank you for bringing that up. That's very nice of you. So the reason we have you here today is because you, Patty Pansing-Brooks, PPB, as some might call you, you are running for Congress.
I am.
How has that been? You know, do we have any? What's the hot gossip from the campaign trail?
Well, I don't know about hot gossip, but it is really an enjoyable journey. And I get to meet wonderful people, and I know you're sitting here thinking, oh, this is the line she gives everybody, but
No.
it really is an honor to get to meet so many people, and the parades are a blast. The little kids are so cute. I'm too slow in the parades, but it's really fun.
So you go to a lot of events, a lot of fundraisers, a lot of parades. Did you go to the Lancaster County Fair?
Oh yeah, I did go to that.
You did.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Do we got a fact check on that? We're good.
It was great. And
Okay.
I got to the ag part, and they have a great information area for kids to learn about ag. And it was really fun. And we got to see the Latino Latinx dancers. It was really wonderful.
What a wild.
It was hot, but it was fun.
I believe it. It's a scorcher here today.
It is.
We had to change my shirt because I came in and I was just soaking wet. I bring up the fair because fair food gets a lot of bad press. So I'm gonna fire a couple fair food items at you. You tell me yes or no. Filibuster if you want.
Okay, so it doesn't matter that I'm on a diet and not eating fair food. Go ahead.
We can cut that out.
Okay.
We're just gonna do rapid fire.
Okay.
Say yes or no.
Okay.
Funnel cake.
Yum.
Corn dogs.
Love corn dogs.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Okay, here we gotta take. This is a big moment.
Come on.
Hot dogs. Corn
Oh,
dogs.
corn dogs.
Corn dogs.
Gosh.
Ooh.
Except except the Fairbury hot dogs are some of the best.
That is a
The
good
football
one.
game, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, another fair food. Snow cone.
Snow cones are good.
Really?
I don't get them very often.
Okay.
What,
They're always.
what if I have constituents that love snow cones and they judge me for that?
Well, I think it would be good. Do you have a go-to flavor for a snow cone? Cherry?
Coconut, pineapple, some of those.
More of a tropical flavor.
Yes.
I'm also a psychic reader. I can kind of tell.
You
those
really
flavors.
are. That's
Yeah.
good.
Who are good friends with someone who's on the other ideological spectrum of you.
A number of them, yes.
Yes. Specifically, John McCollister.
Yes.
Do you have any fun stories with him?
Well, there are a lot of great stories. You know, he's really not on the opposite side of the ideological spectrum. Registered as a Republican, but he's right with us on most of the key issues, and we do agree on a lot of things. So he's just one of the great guys in the whole world, and one of my best friends from the legislature. I've really gained a lot of them, but I've actually made friends with some of the Republicans that are more the conservatives, because we are nonpartisan. Some of the conservatives that are actually vote conservatively, as opposed to John, who is a darling, fabulous person.
He's a good man.
He
And I'll
is.
tell you why.
Why?
Because I've been to the Capitol. I love to look at the murals, get kicked out, you know. We won't talk about that part. I have not been kicked out yet.
Oh,
Yeah, nobody showed up for my check.
I haven't been kicked out yet
Not yet.
either. No.
Wow. Any like fun pranks that you ever pulled? Like give a swirly to Mike Hilgert or something like that?
No, I did not do that.
Here's why I bring up John Collison. Because when I was at the Capitol once, I said, "Oh my goodness, you're John McCollister," and he said, "Yes," because you know he was.
It was.
And so what he did was he gave me this special mug. And the only reason I brought it is because I want to ask, with this interview, is there anything that I'm going to get to bring home from you? That's kind of the only reason I did this.
Okay, that's the whole reason we're here.
Yeah, I wanted like a cool mug.
I have a pin. I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
not
sorry
a
to
mug.
disappoint. No,
John
it's
It
not.
says McCollister.
I know. It's really cool, and clearly he's your favorite senator, and I can deal with that.
Oh,
I could live with
I'm
that.
not cheating on you.
Oh,
Don't
yeah,
worry.
I think you are.
It's just off to the side.
Yeah,
You know, we don't
exactly.
You are still a current state senator. We found that out. Your term
I
hasn't
am.
ended yet.
Thank you. I've not been kicked out. I haven't. Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
We can never say never.
Never can you say that.
What would you say, as a senator, is your proudest accomplishment?
Well, there are a number of things I'm very grateful that I was able to help do. And one of them was that we moved from an F ranking by Polaris, excuse me, which is the National Human Trafficking Organization, to an A in our state because of the legislation I've been able to bring and pass with the broad multi-partisan support of the legislature. And I've been able to do some other really good things for the Oglala Lakota people up on the Pine Ridge Reservation, closing the 4 liquor stores that were in White Clay, Nebraska, because they were causing the annihilation of the people. So I feel there are a lot of things that I feel really grateful to have done. Work in juvenile justice, stopping solitary confinement of our kids, making sure that all kids in Nebraska get lawyers. Those are things I feel really grateful to have been able to participate in.
Is there anything more happy that you've been a part of? Like, I helped to bring puppy dogs to every 1 in 5 kids. Or
Oh,
I
gosh.
made lollipops free, no tax.
Oh, I didn't do anything fun like that. Darn it.
Oh, Patty!
Oh my God.
Patty!
I'm so
Were you
sorry.
trying to kill me?
I was.
What's going on?
Yeah. Watch out for our chairs.
Yeah. Can we get a new chair?
Yes.
Okay, we need to get a new chair. So, like I said earlier, you are running for the United States House of Representatives.
I am.
Okay? If you were to get elected, Representative Brooks, Pansy Brooks,
Thank you.
of course. I always look out for my guests.
Yeah.
What is the first thing you do when you get sworn in?
Well, my goal is to find 40 people of goodwill, no matter the letter behind their name. We're Republican, Democrat, Independent, and work together to not support the parties, but to work for the American people, and find people that would be willing to move forward. People are tired of the grenade launching and the mudslinging, and that's my goal. And I can see the skepticism in your face, just like I see it in a lot of people. But you know, I think it's possible. And when this journey started, I felt like I almost have a duty to go forward and see what I can do to bring our country back together.
So Jeff Fortenberry is why we were taking the special election
Yes.
to fill his spot.
Yes.
Do you know Jeff?
I did.
Any backstage stories? I'm all about the gossip here.
Earlier this year, when I was running and he was still in office, and I went to look because we had a film crew, and I wanted to film. We knew that he'd already been convicted, so I wanted to get a film of all of the people that have been prior elected congressmen in Nebraska in Congressional District 1. So I went out and was having them take a picture with me standing there saying, what's missing here? And of course, it's all white men. And there were no women. So I just, and he actually ended up coming out and said, hey, Patty, you could have let us know, and we would have, you know, been like, but this was outside his office, so I said, I just didn't know you were here. So, but he was nice about it, and we had a good laugh about the fact that he even said, yeah, we're missing some people of color and women there. So,
Very
so
nice. Very nice.
yeah.
So you are a left-handed person. You're a
I
left-handed
am.
dom. Do you want to do a
Yes.
quick left-handed shake?
Okay, sure.
Just a quick little fantastic. That was a real honor for me. That was a real honor.
Was it good? Me too.
I'm glad. Most people don't say that.
It was an honor for me to meet you because you're going to be famous one day. I know that.
What are you gonna do to fight for the right of left-handed Americans? You're gonna make do the desks.
Yeah.
We gotta make those accessible to lefties.
That's
right?
true. Scissors,
Yes.
knives. I'm always slicing my finger because the serration goes to the left for right-handers, and so when I slice, it goes to the right.
So what you're saying is we need to take down Big Knife.
Big knives, yeah.
Right?
Big corporate
I
knives.
feel like they are a constant issue.
I know. People don't even realize what a problem that is.
I know you also play guitar,
I
but you
do.
play that right.
I do. And I golf right.
You golf right.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Don't you?
fantastic. I golf left-handed. I'm not a traitor.
Well, I am, obviously. So, did you buy a whole set of clubs that's right-handed?
No, I'm
left-handed?
left-handed.
Wow.
And we are losing viewers so fast right now.
Sorry, you can jump on.
It's okay, it's okay. And that's what we call a segue. You are a mother.
I am.
What has been the hardest part? You know, have there been lessons that you've learned from being a mother that now when you're on the campaign trail, you're like, oh, I know what you're going through, I know how we can make this better, or anything like that? Where
There
you
are
say,
so many of those things. And, I think it helps to be a mother because I can be a mama bear on some issues that other people do not agree about. And, LGBTQ rights, just issues about reproductive health and rights of women. I have a daughter who's 25, and all of a sudden her rights are not mine, and she will have less rights than I do if we continue to let this happen. And that's not very happy, is it? But we're in some serious times right now.
yeah, it's kind of dark.
It is.
So I'm going to pose some divisive but not as insane questions to you, okay? And
Okay.
you give me your official ruling. You write the decision. Justice Pansy Brooks said this, okay? Is a hot dog a sandwich? Go.
Theoretically.
Oh, God.
See,
Is
I'm a
is there
lawyer.
sci-
I
is
am
there
a lawyer.
science
What
to
the world
this?
did you expect?
I would
I
say
can
no.
argue-
I would say no.
I can argue both sides of that. Come on.
If we're going by the Constitution, which hot dogs are enshrined in the Constitution.
Yeah. What life, liberty, and the pursuit of hot dogs?
I've never read it. I don't know.
I don't know. I have read it, and it's not there.
I think you just didn't read the collector's edition.
Okay. A hot dog without a bun is not a sandwich.
I would say that nothing without a bun is a sandwich.
Oh, well, then you must think a hot dog with a bun is a
I
sandwich.
do not. Shocking. I know. I just don't see it. You know, the bread is connected, and you know, like, am I wrong for thinking that, Patty Pansing Brooks?
I just, you know, I'm gonna have to really go and do some research.
Okay, get back to me.
Yeah.
In a little bit of time, and then we can get back to it. I'm very happy that you are here, and I actually brought you a quick gift that I would like to have hung up in the office somewhere. I don't care where it is, but I would like to, the next time that I come back, I would like it to be here.
Okay.
Okay, this is very exciting for me, because you know, I look around and I only see one name,
Yeah.
Patty Pansing Brooks.
Yes.
So why not have
Whoa!
the
Love
Too Late
it.
Show with
Perfect.
Brian Streeter? I'm willing to sell this to you for $300,000.
Oh gosh, such a deal.
I think it is a deal.
That is awesome.
You said that you golf,
Well, no, just a little. Not
just a
really.
little.
Yeah.
You
I'm really bad at it.
golf.
I have golfed. There's that.
How'd you do?
I had fun. I didn't do well, but I had fun.
That's all that matters. The first time I went golfing, I was getting ready to use my driver. I never golfed before. Get my Happy Gilmore thing, you know,
Yeah.
go back,
Head down.
hit it. It's a beautiful shot. A beautiful shot right into the lake. But the reason I bring up golf is, would you, Patty Pansing Brooks, want to mini golf with me right now?
Of course.
Let's get it on.
Okay, I'm gonna beat you.
This is very exciting. I'm once again joined by current state senator, current candidate for the House of Representatives, Patty Pansing Brooks. And this is very exciting because it's time for the first annual BSPPB mini golf tournament. Do you want to do a rock, paper, scissors for who goes first?
What's the BS part?
Mine.
Oh, okay.
What you think of it?
Oh, I was worried.
Depends on how I play. It may change
Okay,
to
yeah,
BS stands.
okay, yeah. I
Sorry.
figured it meant something else.
Would you care to comment?
No.
You can share if you like.
No, thank
The
you.
cameras aren't rolling.
Oh, yeah.
I think we need to do a rock, paper, scissors. Who goes first? Rock, paper, scissors. No, you got to go on scissors and then shoot. This is what politics does to people, folks. They will forget how to play rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, you saw
You
me.
got,
do
you got
that.
lucky on that one.
Yeah, you
Lucky on that.
cheated and saw me do it
I didn't
before.
shoot. You did it right in front of me. It's not my fault you went early. You forgot how to play rock, paper, scissors. All right, there's
Oh.
one. I got a lucky hand.
Okay.
Shoot. Okay.
Oh,
Shoot.
oh, you're just totally aligned.
That's called bipartisanship.
That is.
That's called compromise.
Okay, you go first.
Okay. You want to go first? That is called winning. Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
that really hurt.
Okay, ready? Now, I don't usually play in heels, but you know.
Oh, excuses. Achoo!
Oh!
Oh!
We did the exact
Ah.
same thing. Nice.
Oh, you
Cheer.
cheered the ball. See, I wore purple because it was
You
your
know,
favorite color.
nobody told me I would have worn my purple.
It looks good. It feels good. Oh!
Oh!
All right, Patty. If you win
Okay.
this, you get the poster. That was our first annual mini golf tournament. Patty Pansing Brooks, thank you for joining us. We were so happy to have you.
That was really fun.
Stick around to see more of me, and keep an eye out for Patty Pansing Brooks when she swears in.
And don't forget to vote.
And don't forget to vote.
Wherever you are, vote!
Not even if you're not in Nebraska, vote because everything is on the line in
Your
November.
life depends on it. Literally.
Wow, that's a really cheering.
I'm just so full.
Patty Pansing Brooks, thank you.
Hey everybody, give it up once again for the Double B Band. Again. Aren't they just doing, really Felix, they're just doing a fantastic job. Guys, keep up the good work. Maybe eventually you'll get paid. It's true, we don't have the money. We spent all of it on getting Felix here because he's a top-notch announcer. Once again, Felix doing a great job. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. That's good, that's good. Now, folks, I know that you're very excited because I'm very excited about my next guest You know him as the executive producer at 1011, the man with 7 Emmys, and also the man who has a creepy obsession with Hot Ones host Sean Evans. Please welcome to the Not Too Late Show, Brett Baker.
See ya. You too.
Thanks for coming.
Of course.
Brett Baker, ladies and gentlemen, in the house tonight. Brett, thank you for being here. How you doing?
I'm well. Thanks for having me.
Oh, I'm happy that we could get such a famous person as you.
Well, my bookings are pretty available, so it's
I know they are.
good chance you were going to land me.
I know they are. Now, Brett, you, in some right, are kind of famous. You know, if I'm not mistaken, you have, don't laugh at that. You have, if I'm not mistaken, 7 Emmys.
I do.
7 Emmys.
Yep.
So you have like a, yes, give it up for the 7 Emmys. It's just fantastic. Now, do you have, and this is just what I'm picturing, in your house, is there like a separate wall panel that you push in and a vault just opens, shh, and the 7 Emmys are just adorned all over?
Maybe after my next raise, I'll install that. Right now, they're just on a couple shelves.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Pretty low budget at the Baker Bungalow.
Well, it is 1011, so
Well, yeah.
pays what it pays.
So you've gotten your Emmys for working at 1011, but whenever I watch the Emmys, I don't see Brett Baker given an award. So how did you get your Emmys?
So everybody knows, Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, those kind of Emmys. Well, that's like the overall chapter. That's like the top level. So think of it like that's like Major League Baseball Emmys. But below that, there's like AAA Emmys and AA Emmys there's different chapters.
Are all the Emmys named after different types of batteries?
No. Just kind of like trying to give it some context.
Okay.
There's 12 chapters. We're in the Heartland chapter, so we compete against stations from Kansas, Iowa, Colorado, and Oklahoma. Wow. And so we compete against stations that are our similar size, so it's not like we're going up against the stations from Denver. So there's larger market, medium market, and smaller market.
Okay.
We're smaller market.
Okay, so again, you said you had 7 Emmys.
Yes.
Yet you don't have the budget to put in a vault for them.
No cash bonus for the Emmys.
Okay, so the only
Actually, you have to pay for them. Yeah, so like your entry
you
fee.
don't have money to put a vault in, yet you pay for 7 Emmys.
I spent it all on the Emmys. Yeah, it's a vicious circle.
Yeah, you are in crippling debt right now, if I'm not mistaken. I've
Yes.
seen the bank statements. Don't ask how I got them. I know a guy who knows.
You
a guy.
show guys are good.
Yeah, we do our research here. We've got the budget to do our research. So you said you don't have. So like I said, you don't have the budget. So the question is, how long until you sell your Emmys? Because. It's a good question.
So it's really funny. On the bottom of each Emmy is all this legalese writing that even though they're yours and they have your name on them, you don't actually own them. The National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences own them. So I can give them to my daughter when I, pass away. She can have them, but like I can't give them to the school. Like, hey, put them in the trophy case, shrine to Brett Baker. They won't do that. The Emmy folks would take them back.
Okay, so.
And you can't put them on eBay. That makes them really mad.
Craigslist.
Or Craigslist. That's still a thing?
I think it is.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
So can you only pass your Emmys down to someone who's in your family?
Something like that, yeah. As long as you're not like trying to sell them and profit off them, I think they're probably okay with it.
Okay.
But
so
yeah.
if this doesn't work out and I don't get an Emmy,
Okay.
please don't laugh. Can you adopt me so I can have an Emmy?
Yeah,
That's really
sure.
the only reason I had you on tonight.
I'd take the tax break, so sure. You're not an adult now. I don't know how that'll work, so probably not. Sorry, Brian.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's not the first disappointment in my life. So, Brett, aside from having your 7 Emmys, you are known amongst the internet world for being a self-proclaimed Spice Lord.
Well, yeah. I also had that title placed upon me by others.
Do you got any names you can throw out?
Sean
Pope
Evans.
Francis.
Russell Brand.
Russell Brand.
Yes.
Now, let's get to Hot Ones. How this all started with you, again, being a Spice Lord. I know Russell Brand is a big part of that.
Yes. So when Hot Ones came out, I think the first episode I saw was like their 14th or 15th. It was Key and Peele, and it was an amazing episode. I mean, those guys are legendarily funny. But what I was really taken with as a television producer is the host, Sean Evans, who I had never seen, I'd never heard of. But the concept of the show is really interesting. If you haven't seen it, it's an interview show. It's not a hot sauce or a wing eating challenge show. It's an interview show. But the idea is there's 10 questions over 10 increasingly hot wings. And anyone who's done interviews, as you're learning now, with anybody of note, or somebody who's out there trying to pub their album or music or movie or what have you, they're going to give you a certain amount, and you're not really going to get them to give you a whole lot more. But when they start eating increasingly hot wings, soon they start thinking, I just want to survive this. I just want to get out of here. What can I say to get out of here? And then you start getting answers and responses and
That's
reactions.
how I feel right now.
That you want to get out of here?
Yeah.
There's the door.
Yeah, I know. Now, when you were on Hot Ones, I got a picture of it right here. There's you, right
Yep.
there on the Hot Ones.
Yep.
Now, my next question is, why do you do this to yourself?
Well,
Why do you go on and eat, red rectum revenge? Like, why are you eating these insanely spicy foods?
you
'Cause
need
it
to buy
can't
different
be-
hot sauces. I'm going to start with that one. But so it all started, I started ranking the shows, just to show kind of Sean Evans and the show's creator and producers, that I was enjoying what they were doing. So I was ranking the guests, and I called them power rankings, and I put them out each week. And I just did it, just let them guys know that, I was appreciating what they were doing, and also to amuse myself. And then one day, I get a call. I'm up here at the school, actually. Tammy Madem, our head speech coach and play production coach.
And again, Tammy Madem let us have this space. I don't mean to interrupt. Can we just give
She's
it up
the
to
best.
Tammy? I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
But we're preparing to host one of our speech meets, and I get a text from Sean Evans, and he says, brace yourself. And I'm like, what does that mean? So then, like 2 minutes later, I get a message from his producer, and he's like, hey, I know this is a weird request, but can you record yourself watching the episode we released today? And I said, okay, so now I know something's happening. And then all of a sudden my phone started blowing up. It's one of those moments like that I'd never experienced before, but you hear about happening, the phone just starts going and going and going, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to spoil whatever this is that's going on. So I shut the phone down, and I went to Tammy's room and closed the door, and I set up a camera, and I set up my iPad, and I watched the episode. And during the episode, Russell asked if there was, in a very English way, is there a leaderboard, a lead table? And
a great
that means,
impression.
yeah, that's
That's fantastic. Russell Brand, you're more than welcome to come on the show, especially watching that. I'd love to have you on.
Yeah.
After we saw just a great impression of it.
exactly. But anyway, so Sean says, well, there's this guy, a random television producer in Lincoln, Nebraska, who puts out his power rankings, and he ranks the guests every week. And at the end of the show, Russell decided to do a little turn, and he did an improvised, 90-second song to me, pleading to be at the top of the power rankings. And it was amazing. I mean, he did this. He'd never heard of Brett Baker before he walked into that studio, and then he just did this song. If you haven't seen it on YouTube, check it out. It just off the cuff. And well, then my life has been a little different ever since that day.
Yeah.
So eventually, when they hit 1 million subscribers, they asked me to come to New York and flip the tables, and I interviewed Sean. And I'm the only person who's ever been on Hot Ones that doesn't have a Wikipedia page, which it's a weird kind of thing to hold on to. But yeah, so that's why I did it to myself.
Okay. So you went on Hot Ones, and it was a complete firestorm. As I like to say, the twit on Twitter, the twit hit the fan. So stuff kind of died down, and then I'm getting a text from someone, I don't remember who, that says, hey, Brett just ate this spicy chip
Oh yeah.
that I think you should watch. And if I'm not mistaken, it's the Pocky One Chip Challenge.
That is correct.
And we've got a photo of it here, and let me tell you, if you're not on Tinder yet, this would be a great photo for you to use. There's you, again, just going through hell. You look like you're through the ninth circle of Dante's Inferno on that one.
It sucks. It sucks.
Really, I couldn't tell that from the photo.
Yeah, it's the worst. So my association with the show, they were doing a thing with Pocky, and they said they were going to do a thing with Sean and Sasha Banks, WWE superstar,
Yeah.
and they wanted to see a normie try it first, and so I was their call. So again, I set up the camera and subjected myself to, this was terrible. I'll eat the hot sauce, that's fine. The Pocky One Chip Challenge is terrible. Only give it to your friends that you don't really like.
Does that mean that I'm going to be getting the chip
I
after the
have
show?
a case for you, Brian.
So, I guess the big question, do all this spice stuff. You've sent me a picture of your hot sauce wheel.
Yeah.
which takes up about, if I'm not mistaken, 3/4 of your home.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's, yeah,
Okay,
that
you
got,
don't have a
that's
vault
going
for
to
the
get the
Emmys.
first vault. Yeah,
It's okay.
it's going to get the first
So
vault.
I guess the question is, do you like eating hot sauce anymore? Like, is it just like I'm surprised you still have a tongue. Honestly.
Yeah, right. That's the funny thing. The kind of the misnomer of the show is that like, oh, he loves hot sauce. He loves chicken wings. And yes, I like hot sauce. I like chicken wings. But I was really a fan of the interviews of the show. But as it's transpired, I'm very fortunate. Lots of people, companies, they send me their hot sauce. I've gotten hot sauces from different parts of the world. People are just nice enough to send them to me, and so if they do, I'm certainly going to try them. And there's some I found that I do have a little bit of a hot sauce tongue. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's put it to the test, Brett, because I've got a fun little gift for you.
okay.
I would love if you would join me at the Not Too Late Show Table of Doom. Before we get going at the Not Too Late Show Table of Doom, we need to just do some housekeeping. I've obviously got my little help right here. And Felix, do you have the other emergency part of it?
Got it right here, boss. Ready to go.
Fantastic, fantastic. Then, Brett, let's. Do you have any wing etiquette? You know how you anything? Like if
one
you were to
thing,
eat
like-
wings with the Queen, how would you do it?
Well, the one thing I did learn after watching my episode is completely finish eating your wing before you ask the question.
Okay.
Because then you end up chewing, talking with food in your mouth on air, and it's not a good look. So
Okay.
completely, swallow the bite you take, and then ask the question, and then go on. So that would be my advice.
I'll take a note of that.
Okay.
Write it down. Throw it
Duly
away.
noted.
Throw it away. So, we're going to start here. This is a hot sauce that I bought from Florida that has not even been released to the public yet, called Florida Man Lunacy, with hints of pineapple. And I thought, let's just eat some chicken wings and we'll keep doing our interview.
That works for me.
Fantastic.
All right.
I'll let you choose first. Ladies first.
You said you had a date, right?
Yeah,
Okay, well,
That's why they pay me the big bucks. And these wings are great, nice and cold. Do you want to? Oh, you didn't even want to cheers it?
No.
You're just going right in. Okay. Okay. This is great television.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. Well, Brent, here's the thing. I'm not doing too good. And this is the first hot sauce. So I can't wait to see what goes on afterwards.
Okay.
So-
Do you know the Scoville ratings of any of these?
We don't have the budget for that. I'm gonna grab my water here just so I can wash it down, even though it apparently doesn't help. But
Yeah.
so you met a lot of celebrities, being again self-proclaimed Spice Lord. You got any fun celebrity stories? Like I know you met Bert Kreischer before. He's got to be a.
I've met Bert. Bert is great. A lot of my my actual real job is probably where I've met the most famous people. Before I came to 1011, I was a senior producer for sports at KSAT in San Antonio, and it's a great department. We had the Spurs, so
That sounds great. That sounds great. Good for you.
covered the NBA for 11 years. So, meeting Shaq for the first time was probably, I was in his armpits. Kobe scored 40-some-odd points against the Spurs in the Alamo Dome.
Why you just walk past the getting Shaq's
No, I'm telling you. So, everybody was gathered around Kobe at his locker after the game to get sound, and I'm holding one of those big fish boom poles, if you've ever seen. And all of a sudden, like, you ever watch Star Wars and you just see something, like, come over, one of the destroyers come over to the top of a smaller ship? That's what it was, but it was Shaq reaching out over all of us journos, and I was looking up into his armpits. I had clearance. And he was like, greatest score in the game right there, man. And so that was the first time I met
If I'm not
Shaq.
mistaken, his armpit is so big there's like a whole apartment in there.
Yeah.
You can rent out. Oh, see,
Yeah.
now you're getting it too.
No, I'm
Great.
not.
We're okay. Okay.
All right, you want to move on to the next
Yeah,
one?
let's move on to the next one. I mentioned this earlier. We've got Red Rectum Revenge. This one is from New Orleans, Louisiana. Ever been to New
I have been
Orleans?
in New Orleans, yes.
I bet you have. I bet you have. You're a big fan of the beads, I've heard. All right, so let's start on with this next wing here.
Okay.
All right, you a big drum guy or a flat guy?
I like flats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Look at me, I don't really turn down any wings, so.
All right, here we go.
And that one a little bit more right away, you tell.
Yeah, I can tell, Brett. You know, this just makes me look more white than I even am. Like, I'm so white, Brett, that even at a Trump rally, I look like a minority. It's so hot that I can't even talk.
Who's that white guy? Get that white guy out of here.
Bro, we've known each other for a while.
Yeah.
With speech, you know, you're a great speech coach.
Yeah.
And you didn't have to pay me to say that. Oh, and then that one gets down to the back of your throat, too. That's a fun one. What has been the best part of being a speech coach?
Well, for those that don't know, I grew up here. I went to Malcolm High School. Being on the Malcolm speech team was the first time I ever kind of realized I was like really good at something and I could be a leader. And I always knew I wanted to be in television, so it was like the first time I had a clue that I could do what I wanted to do for a living. So I always thought after I graduated that someday I wanted to give back. And I was gone for 22 years, but I moved back here in 2012. And one of the first things I did was I called my boy Heath Kramer, who's still connected very tightly with the school. And he told me Tammy was the new coach of the speech team. And so I called her up and we hit it off. And we've been a partnership ever since, kind of building from, we had 14 kids that first year. I know we have some of our first years out there who are a part of building to what we have now. But it's one of those things where I always thought I was going to give back. I was telling Felix this earlier. You think you're giving back, and then like you always get back twice as much as you give. And,
I know after this one I'm going to give you back.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is bad.
but it's just something that it's purpose. You know, it gives you purpose. I would like to say the last 10 years of my life, probably, you know, and trust me, when I was in the Air Force before I was a KSAT,
Yeah, give it up for the Air Force. Come on.
I was fortunate. I got to tell the Air Force story. I got to travel in all kinds of aircraft and go all over the world. And then at KSAT, you know, we covered all kinds of events and stuff. But I would say the last 10 years of my life, coaching here and being involved and with the Team H chapter here, probably been 10 of the most meaningful years of my life. Just being back here and being able to give back to the community that means so much to me.
Yeah, that's really nice. Well, Brett, I think it's time to move on to our next hot sauce.
Sure.
Bee Sting from Costa Rica. They had to put this through the TSA to make sure there weren't any drugs in it when I brought it back, too.
Costa Rica not really known as a drug hotbed, I don't think.
You don't know the right people.
Okay.
All right, Bee Sting from Costa Rica. Here we go. Not sweet, but spicy.
Let's see.
Yeah, you know more.
Honey and
than I do.
habanero pepper sauce. Oh yeah, sweet and hot. It's like a little
That's what they call me.
sweet chili. Honey? Okay.
Sweet, and the second one is not there. Hot, they don't call me that.
It's a little bit like a Thai chili sauce. Not bad.
But, yeah. Do you have, like, when you go out and order wings, is there a certain type that you order?
I don't. Probably just regular buffalo wings. I don't go too crazy. A good dry lemon pepper rub is good. Other than that, who got napkins?
Nope, we don't have the budget for that
Okay.
again. So, you guys look it up. That's what I'm going to do it. You already got some on your coat, so
Oh, excellent.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right. I haven't had to bust out the milk, and Felix, I hope we still have that emergency Pepto, because in between the break, I may need some of
Got
that.
some of that.
Yeah. So, next up, from Tarpon Springs, Florida, we've got Freak Show.
Oh.
That is actually what they call this show. Yeah. Not sweet and hot.
Freak show.
Freak Show. Yeah. So, you want to dig in?
Let's go.
Fantastic. You want to? All right. Here we go.
We'll cheers on the last one.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. It's your show.
A smoked habanero pepper sauce. This is a little different than the other habanero sauce.
Yeah. I bet. Just gonna give me a second here, folks.
Yeah.
Just
Shotgun some of that.
You know what? We're just gonna bust it out. Go ahead. Talk. It's your show now.
So Brian has actually done the Hot Ones Challenge. He's been all the way from wing 1 through 10. He probably sweat off about 5 pounds.
6 months in the
Afterwards.
emergency room, all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
But you did it. You did it. You made it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna make this one though.
Yeah. Well, this is a creation of your own doing. So.
Hey, I'm happy to be along with you on that. All right. Keep talking. I can keep going.
Well, I just do want to say, I think it's awesome that you put all this together. You know, from a television production standpoint, all the gear that they have out here doing this, 10, 15 years ago, this stuff was huge and wildly expensive, and there's no way kids could like get their hands on it and do something like this. So the fact that you're kind of taking the thing by the horns and taking advantage of the fact that the technology is available is awesome. I would have loved to have been doing this when I was 18 like you. By the way, happy birthday.
I think we're good to just cut the show now. I'm happy to end on a good note. I think we're good. I have been very fortunate to have a great level of support behind me, not only with friends and the team here, but a special shout out to my family, and especially my mom. Yes, give it up for Mom. Give it up for Mom. Mom has, again, constantly done this. I have been blabbering for about 3 years about how I'd love to be a late night host. I'd love to do it. And besides from telling me, shut up, she would also say, go for it, do it. And there were some issues with doing this show, just logistics, and my mom was able to push me forward to make sure that this could still happen. So, Mom, I love you. Thank you. So give it up for Mom. Of course, you've got the complimentary waters tonight, courtesy of the great Don Van Arsdale and Linda Van Arsdale, my grandparents. Give it up. It's very fun having my grandpa here because I can remember, even when I was very young, staying at their house, they would put on Letterman. Grandma was never a fan of Letterman. I don't know why, but she was always just fine if we watched the news and went to bed. Again, Grandma and Grandpa, thank you for being here. Thank you for making sure that we got the hospitality backstage. We've got everything. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I've given my thanks to Brett. I've given my thanks to Patty Pansing Brooks. I've given my thanks to Tammy Madum. But I especially have to thank Mr. Ryan Terwilliger, the superintendent here at Malcolm High School. Mr. Terwilliger has always supported this idea of just starting something from nothing. And so a lot of the stuff, again, using this space, the lovely Galley Theater, would not be possible without Mr. Terwilliger. Give it up for Mr. Terwilliger. Come on. Of course, I've got a special thanks to Mr. Ivan Decker and Brandon Young, who, if you follow us on Facebook, you may have seen some great promos from them. Special thanks to them. But the biggest thank you, well, maybe not the biggest. Mom has the biggest, or else she'll yell at me. The biggest thank you, second biggest, goes to you all. You all decided to show up to this idea of a kid who had a dream, and I am grateful for all of you for coming here tonight. You all support me more than I will ever be able to show gratitude for, and I appreciate each and every single one of you who decided to show up tonight. So give yourselves a round of applause. But folks, that's our show. It has been an absolute honor to be your host. I cannot, again, express how thankful I am that so many of you came, and that you came for free. That's the biggest part that I'm surprised by, that there was no cash incentive at all, at least none that we'll legally disclose. But if this is the one and only time that I get to say it, folks, I'm your host, Brian Streeter. Thank you for watching The Not Too Late Show. Everybody, have a good night. Thank you.